Hello everyone. Today I invite you to witness the battle between Vegeta and Beerus. Born the son of King Vegeta, possessing royal blood and superior power, he came to Earth to collect the dragon balls, seeing it as an opportunity to prove his strength. Today, Vegeta will face Beerus. Who do you think will win this battle? Please subscribe to the channel, thank you. Vegeta appeared with a fiercely burning aura, the ground beneath his feet cracking under the pressure of his uncontrollable power. The royal blood within Vegeta awakened intensely, every cell vibrating with the desire to assert his supreme position. Vegeta refused to be underestimated, and even less would he accept being subservient to any entity. Before Vegeta, Beerus stood silently, his eyes cold and indifferent, as if everything around him was mere dust. Beerus clearly felt Vegeta's aura increasing with each passing second. Vegeta's pride wasn't feigned, it was forged through countless life-or-death battles. Vegeta roared, his energy erupting into columns of light that tore through the sky. The shockwave spread, causing the space to tremble violently. Beerus observed Vegeta with a mixture of amusement and assessment. To Beerus, Vegeta was a special warrior, but not yet a true threat. Vegeta charged forward, his speed far exceeding the normal limits. His fist was aimed directly at Beerus with all his accumulated power. Beerus dodged with a light touch, his movement slow but absolutely precise. Beerus's first counterattack sent Vegeta reeling back hundreds of meters. The ground shattered. The air exploded. Vegeta stood firm, his eyes blazing with fire, his fighting spirit intensifying. Vegeta understood that the opponent before him was no ordinary challenge. Beerus was the wall he had to overcome. The Saiyan pride within Vegeta wouldn't allow him to surrender. Vegeta continued to increase his power, the aura surrounding him becoming denser and more intense than ever. Beerus smirked slightly. For the first time, he was genuinely interested in this confrontation. Vegeta unleashed his full power, holding nothing back. Each of Vegeta's blows carried a life-or-death determination, relentless and brutal. The space between Vegeta and Beerus was constantly torn apart by terrifying energy collisions. Beerus began to retaliate more seriously, each counterattack carrying absolute destructive power. Vegeta was repeatedly knocked back, but still stood up, his will becoming sharper the more it was pushed. Vegeta poured all his pride, past, and ambition into each attack. Beerus sensed a clear change in Vegeta's aura. Vegeta's power was constantly evolving during the battle. Beerus began to accelerate, each blow darkening the sky, destructive energy engulfing the battlefield. Two streams of power collided head-on, creating a massive shockwave that spread endlessly. Mountains shattered, the ground crumbled, and space shook violently. Vegeta roared, his body under immense pressure, yet his spirit remained unwavering. Beerus faced Vegeta with a more serious gaze, his power unleashed at an even higher level. Vegeta unleashed a series of devastating attacks, his speed reaching a level invisible to the naked eye. Beerus, no longer able to completely dodge, began to block and counterattack directly. Each time their fists collided, space exploded. Vegeta clearly felt the distance between them, but he wouldn't allow himself to retreat. All limits were broken in this life-or-death moment. Beerus unleashed an attack imbued with pure destructive energy. Vegeta used all his strength to defend himself, his body shaking violently. Blood flowed, his breath was ragged, but his eyes still blazed. Vegeta counterattacked with everything he had left, channeling his power into this decisive moment. Beerus recognized Vegeta's unyielding warrior spirit, a spirit rarely seen even by Beerus. Vegeta concentrated all his remaining strength, his aura erupting one last time, fierce and dazzling. The ground could no longer withstand the pressure, everything around them nearly leveled. Vegeta charged straight towards Beerus, staking his entire royal pride on this final attack. There was no turning back, no hesitation. Beerus confronted Vegeta with the power of a god of destruction. At its peak, Beerus's energy enveloped the space, the immense pressure causing everything to stand still. The moment the two forces collided, a burst of light covered the entire battlefield. Sound vanished, time seemed to stop. As the light faded, Vegeta collapsed to the ground. His body could no longer stand, but his gaze remained fixed on Beerus. Vegeta's pride had never been defeated. Beerus stood firm, his power still overwhelming. However, Beerus's gaze was no longer indifferent as it had been initially. Beerus approached Vegeta, observing the warrior who had poured everything into this confrontation. Beerus acknowledged Vegeta's spirit and will, a will that refused to yield to absolute power. For Beerus, Vegeta was not just a challenger, but a rare warrior who dared to face the god of destruction with all his might and pride. The battle ended in silence. Vegeta was defeated in power, but victorious in will. Beerus departed, leaving behind a desolate battlefield and an indelible mark. The confrontation between Vegeta and Beerus became proof of limits being broken, of the warrior spirit that never bows down. And from that moment, the name Vegeta was etched in Beerus's mind as a memorable opponent.